When you're walking through grief, the world can feel blurry, confusing, and hard to face. You ache inside, and that ache changes your perspective on everything. Maybe that's where you are today. Grief has overshadowed everything in your life like a giant dark cloud above. It's like having your eyes dilated. For the rest of the day, your vision is blurry, and your eyes are sensitive to light. If you try to look at your phone or computer screen too quickly, then you'll give yourself a headache. Your perspective has become skewed. That's what grief does to us. It skews our perspective and makes us nearsighted. All we see is pain, and that pain extends to all other areas of our thoughts and lives. It won't always be that way, but for a time, it's hard to keep life in perspective. My name is Gentry, and I'm here with my wife, Hadley, and we're continuing our series, Be Still and Know. We're learning how to navigate grief with faith. Today, we'll discover how to find a hopeful and worshipful perspective in the middle of grief.
It's true. When we're grieving, pain and suffering are all that we can see. When we walked through the loss of our 2 sons, it felt all-consuming in our thoughts. We struggled to see a life beyond grief. One of the stories in the Bible that helped us gain perspective was the story of Job. His story is one of great sorrows. He lost everything you can imagine. He lost his children, his possessions, and his health. He went through incredible suffering. In his immense grief, he began to ask some big questions. Why, God? Why are these terrible things happening to me? Why are you allowing this in my life? Grief was weighing on him and affecting his perspective on the world. It was then that God graciously lifted Job's eyes and helped him see a bigger vision of reality. In Job 38:4, God said to Job, "Where were you when I laid the foundations of the earth? Tell me, if you know so much." Then in verse 12, "Have you ever commanded the morning to appear and caused the dawn to rise in the east?" At first, this might seem like a harsh reminder, but God is being kind to Job by giving him a broader perspective. Job had forgotten that God was greater than everything, even the suffering in his life. God is the creator of the heavens and the earth. He commands the sun to rise in the morning. There was no one like him in power and glory. So God mercifully lifted Job's eyes from grief to God's greatness. In lifting Job's eyes to God's glory, he had given him an important gift to his grieving heart, a worshipful and hopeful perspective.
A few weeks ago, Hadley and I were sitting on our back porch having a quiet conversation. I was carrying some stress from the work week, and we were discussing some challenges. Suddenly, a little bird appeared nearby singing in a tree. His song was beautiful and sweet. As this small bird sang his song, I gained perspective too. God created and cares about this little bird. If God sees and cares about this bird, then certainly he sees and cares about me with my stress and our challenges. This reminder shifted my focus and brought me peace as I faced the day ahead. Sometimes we need God to lift our eyes off of our grief to his greatness and his goodness. How is grief impacting your life today? Where might it be causing you to have a skewed perspective? Know that God wants to meet you there in the middle of that ache and graciously lift your eyes to a more hopeful and worshipful perspective. He cares about you dearly, right in the middle of your grief. I encourage you to take time today to be still with the Lord. Remember how great he is. Go for a walk and consider the beauty of all God has made, and feel how powerful he is as our creator. When we slow down and remember God's power and love, then we find encouragement in our grief. We hope this truth strengthens your walk today.